making Juneteenth a federal holiday, all Americans can feel the power of this day and learn from our history.
With the stroke of the presidential pen, Juneteenth became the newest federal holiday. Celebrated on June 19th, it marks the day in 1865 when the last enslaved African Americans in Galveston, Texas, were notified that the Civil War had ended and they were free. It had been more than 2 years since President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Juneteenth is the first new federal holiday that's been established since Martin Luther King Jr. Day back in 1983. And here in East Texas, Juneteenth has been widely celebrated since the 1980s. The Juneteenth Association of Tyler has expanded the celebration into a weekend full of events now. The Morning Loop's Marindeli Lopez joins us now with details on what you can expect this weekend. Hey, Mara.
Good morning, Dana. We are celebrating both freedom and equality this holiday weekend. And like you said, Texas has recognized this holiday for over 40 years now. But now that it's become a federal holiday, local leaders are just thankful for the changes ahead.
To say the least, we're very excited about Juneteenth becoming a federal holiday.
Derek Choice from the Juneteenth Association of Tyler says they've been organizing celebrations since the early 80s. From parades to pageants, this weekend there's lots to look forward to in the city of Tyler. Choice says each year they've worked to make the events more inclusive to the entire East Texas community.
It's times have changed. When we were coming up, our parents made sure that we celebrated Juneteenth. If we didn't celebrate any other holiday because they wanted to impress upon us the importance of celebrating our freedom.
In addition to all the events this weekend, Choice says another way to celebrate is to get educated on the meaning of Juneteenth. Recently, a Dallas filmmaker released a documentary about his slave ancestor with the East Texas connections. The film, Finding Miriam, details the story of his ancestor, Miriam Williams, and the historical research that took him from Africa all the way to East Texas. Through the research, he found that Miriam's gravesite in Harrison County, where she died and is buried near the grave of the man who enslaved her, Mimosa Hall plantation owner John J. Webster. The documentary is available at findingmiriam.com, and you can read more about this story at our newspaper partner's website, the Tyler Paper. Now, while it's important to remember that July 4th is an independence celebration, the day that Americans celebrate their independence from Great Britain, June 19th is equally as important because that's the day that the enslaved Americans knew that they were free. So let's just take some time to reflect on how far we've come in history on this holiday weekend. Dana?
Thank you so much, Mara. Well, we've put a list together for you of Juneteenth events across East Texas. Just to name a few, today in Tyler, there will be a celebration at the Fulmer at 5:30. There's another celebration in Marshall, the 18th and 19th at the George Washington Carver Community Center. It starts at noon. And in Longview, you can head to Broughton Recreation Center on the 19th. That celebration starts at 8:30 in the morning. Those aren't the only celebrations in East Texas, though. There are also some in Jacksonville, Nacogdoches, and Lufkin. And if you know of a local event celebrating Juneteenth, text the event information to us at the number on your screen, 903-600-2600.